Switching back to this graphic for just a moment as we wait for the forward heat shield deploy.
And we are starting to get a more clear view of Starliner now. We should be seeing the forward heat shield deploy here pretty quickly. And the forward heat shield has now jettisoned. That heat shield protected the spacecraft through those thermal loads during re-entry. And drogues are out.
2 drogue parachutes slowing Starliner's speed and drag. They're going to reef to a wider opening and slow Starliner down enough for the main chutes to deploy in less than a minute. Main parachute deploy just about 30 seconds away. View here from the ground tracker.
And mains are now out. We see 3 parachutes coming out here. Starliner has another 8,000 feet toward the landing. Those 3 parachutes are starting to inflate now. You can see them right there on your screen.
And the main parachutes reefing open right there, continually slowing Starliner down.
3 good main parachutes, looking good.
Starliner will be drifting down for another 2.5 or so minutes before it makes its touchdown, but all going smoothly. And we didn't just hear the rotation handle was released. That will help level out the capsule before touchdown.
And there goes the base heat shield right there in front of you. It just jettisoned. You can see it falling away from the spacecraft. It will reveal the airbags that will cushion Starliner's landing. And those airbags are now inflating. Starliner is 2 minutes, 40 seconds from landing. Actually closer to 2 minutes now. You can see those airbags right there on your screen, fully inflated, looking good.
Those will come in real handy when we have crew on board for the crew flight test of Starliner in a few months. Help ensure that the crew gets a nice, soft touchdown.
And those bags are filled with nitrogen as they guide Starliner safely back to the desert floor. Flight controllers here in the room reporting good airbags. Everything going exactly how we want to hear it. We are just coming up on about 1 minute away from touchdown there in White Sands, New Mexico.
Exact touchdown time will vary a little bit depending on the winds at the landing site, but everything's going smoothly. And I bet the teams there at the landing site are enjoying this view. Continuing to see views from the ground trackers on site in New Mexico. Just seconds
left. You can see the mountains coming into frame there. We're getting very close to the ground. And touchdown, Starliner. We're touching down in the desert of New Mexico, marking the completion of Orbital Flight Test 2. And that touchdown coming at 5:49 p.m. Central Time, almost exactly 6 days into the mission. Just a beautiful touchdown in White Sands this evening. Our landing recovery teams will now wait for clearance before making their way to the vehicle. And we can hear some clapping and cheering in the other room. And we are going to go live to our team now that is out there right at the landing zone, getting close. And we have NASA's Dan Hewitt and Boeing's Rosa Banuelos. Guys, how does it look from the ground?
Thanks, Lauren. It's hard to describe the feeling that the team here is going through. Again, we just saw those beautiful red, white, and blue parachutes deploy. We're able to visually see the forward heat shield, the base heat shield also jettison and open those airbags, and obviously they fill with nitrogen. So we're on the move. We're in the blue team vehicle. Again, we're driving in parallel to the historical runway here for the Columbia shuttle landing. Again, where the first stop is going to be the 500-foot mark. We're driving pretty slow here, about 25 miles along the white sand, gypsum sand. Once you get to that 500 mark, the first team that will move into the 120-foot mark will be the gold team, and then they will do that first visual assessment before they give the clear for the rest of the team to approach the crew module. After that, we have the silver team who will groundly stabilize the vehicle. It will be Spante command to power down, and they will also recover the parachute. They will also recover and save any of those in parts. And then after that team, we have our team that's, again, going to try to attempt to give you some of those live looks as we get closer to the crew module. And then preceding that, we have the green team who will provide ground and cooling to the vehicle, which is really important to keep those systems safe from overheating. And then we have the red team who is mainly made out of the Boeing medical personnel. And then we have the hatch opening, and then any of the cargo removal. Again, we're driving pretty slowly. We're heading to the crew module, and upwind. The crew module uses a hypergolic propellant that, when it does turn into vapor, it can be very toxic. So we take that very seriously. Safety is the number one concern and priority for the flight crew and from the team here on the ground. So when the gold team does arrive, they will be monitoring that throughout the whole operation. Again, the first stop is the 500-foot mark, and again, if you hear the rush in my voice, it's definitely a sight to see. For all of the Boeing team here, it's definitely a proud moment.